Hey, you know I was just about to close the chapter. I said I'm not gonna say anything about this Darren Sammy thing or Dr. Shallow situation, Sammy and all of that. Just as I look, an article appear where Dr. Shallow, the president of the West Indies Cricket Board, CWI Cricket West Indies, is saying why people are criticizing Sammy is because he's from St. Lucia, Small Island. Now remember I said this man is a doctor, you know? This man have a doctorate behind his name, you know? I have never seen anything in my life so foolish and so long. You can't criticize a man because he's from St. Lucia, from St. Kitts and the name. You can't criticize those small islands. Oh, it's okay to criticize Andre Coley from Jamaica. Or Phil Simmons, the coach who was from Trinidad. People, I'm going to read the article to you. Join me on the other side. Oh, you do? Welcome, man. No, honestly, I was going to forget about it, you know. Just say, you know, forget about it. And turn to the T20s or some other thing. But no, man. You are telling me that the president of CWI raised his ugly head. This politics that he's preaching and this thing that he's preaching, you know, is very serious, you know. You can't criticize somebody from St. Lucia. You cannot criticize someone from St. Vincent and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or from because they are small island. You can't criticize somebody from Dominica. Why? Why could you, or why should you criticize a man from Jamaica, Andre Coley, but you can't criticize Darren Sammy? We're gonna look into what this man has said, and it is very serious. And he as the president, you have to be careful. Because you're preaching separation, you're preaching a lot of things here, you know. You have to be careful. No, man, it jump out on me, man. People, it's a credible article. I don't come here and say things or take it from anyone. I won't. This is the introduction. And we're gonna quote what he said. It is very, very serious and dangerous what he said. Listen, introduction. Despite the West Indies humiliating 3-0 Test series sweep at the hands of Australia, Cricket West Indies CWI President Dr. Kishore Shallow stood firmly behind new head coach Darren Sammy, even as called mouth for his removal following the team's dismal showing with the bat and an historic 27 all out in the final test at Sabina Park. That is the introduction. He stood firmly behind Sammy. Cool, no problem with that. Here is where I'm going to quote what he said. When I'm quoting someone, it's not my word. It's a person's direct word. So listen what he said. And I quote. This is Dr. Shallow speaking now. I quote. Darren continues to get unfair criticism because he's from a small island. Some people run from the fact, but I won't. Insularity is something that still exists in our system that I believe we need to get rid of. Some of our former greats mention it in some of the texts that they have put out over the years. So we can't run from that, Shallow declared. Darren continues to get unfair criticism because he's from a small island. I don't understand that. But Mr. Shallow, the proof is in the pudding. Did the West Indies get 3-0 and all out for 27? Who is the coach? So we must criticize Sammy. We can't criticize Sammy because St. Lucian people. We cannot criticize Sammy because he's from St. Lucia. No. Tell me, man. Tell me the honest truth, man. We cannot criticize Johnson Charles because he's from St. Lucia. Then don't come to the West Indies team then. Don't coach the team. Do not coach the team. Move away, Darren Sammy. What are you gonna tell me? So you can't criticize Andre Coley. Or you can't criticize Brandon King. But you can't say John Campbell mustn't be back in the team. Or you can't criticize, I'm a Jamaican. But you can't criticize, or you can't criticize Trinidadians. Huh? Who you criticize? Jaden Seals. Who you criticize? Sheho and Rastan Trace and Barbados, but you can't say nothing about Sammy. What kind of madness is these people talking, man? From a big old president of the West Indies Cricket Board, the West Indies is supposed to unite and bring people together. And that is why all of us cry over our cricket, you know. That is why I can talk cricket with a man from Trinidad and he understands. That is Barbados, St. Lucia, Dominica, right around. We are one common people. Oh, you separate St. Lucia. Why I shouldn't criticize Sammy? Sammy is the worst coach the West Indies have ever said. Seen, I said it. I can't say that. Because he's from St. Lucia. It's the foolish thing. People, boy, that ain't no hard to get again. It's madness, this one talking. Then we will criticize Sammy because he's from St. Lucia. What kind of thing is this? Just when I ready to finish with this now, this man come up and raise up this thing, man. We're gonna continue because I said other things. We're gonna quote him again. I'm gonna shoot it. Listen to me, he must run away from the West Indies Cricket Board. You remember they get rid of Dave Cameron? He's a Jamaican, I'm a Jamaican too. Shallow should be removed. You cannot criticize Sammy because you're criticizing Sammy because he's a St. Lucian. Where you get that from? Any country, once you're not doing good up there, you're liable for criticism. If Sammy don't want to be criticized, take away himself. And go back in his private life. We'll never call his name again. Oh, we'll call his name as one of the worst coach that the West Indies was all over 20. Listen, I'm going to quote him again. You know. This is his word. Again, I quote. When you unfairly criticize Darren Sammy, calling for his head after his very first test series, despite seeing improvement in the steam bowling, it should be only insanity. Shallow continued. So, when you criticize, you can't criticize him. You must criticize him because you see improvement in the bowling, which is due to Ravi Rampal. Cool. That is why I said Sammy and Floyd Reefer should go because they're responsible for the batting also. Sammy the bowling too because he's the head coach. But you must you see an improvement in your bowling. But what about your batting? Overall, Sammy is the head coach. He has to take the blame. He's the chief selector. He can't put it on anyone say them give him that team. No, he was the one who called the players himself. Ah, boy. This man is something. Quote him again. I will quote him again. This is what he said again. I quote. I will repeat it if you want. Darren Sammy, the head coach of the West Indies team, is being unfairly criticized because he's St. Lucian. And you can challenge me on this because if you look at Darren Sammy's record, when he was captain of the team, he was criticized unfairly. Now that he's coach, it is the same thing. How else would you explain calling for the coach head after his first test series? I just said, yo, Shallow, you are hiding behind a wall. You are hiding behind a wall. But guess what? The stone hit the wall and hit you down. You are creeping. You are searching. You are nowhere to be found. What are you saying? That Sammy, because he's criticized because he's a St. Lucian. You fear big topic, that's what you said. And you because when he was captain of the team, he was criticized unfairly. We didn't pray Darren Sammy when he won the 2 World Cup, the 220 World Cup. He have that record. We praise him. So hold on. You must criticize no one on the team. You can't criticize the captain. People are calling for Rastan Chase head. And Rastan is doing his first captain as a test. And people are calling say, hey, get rid of him. When they say get rid of Bradshaw, when they say get rid of Jason Ola, and all the others, from Lara come up to Chris Gale, all the others, Courtney Walchuk West captain West Indies. It's because they are not from a small island. They weren't from St. Lucia or the other small island. So you can't call for them. You are separating the West Indies. You are separating the West Indies. You are doing a serious and dangerous job as a As the president, you have to know what to say. That is why everything now is pointing to you for you to lose your job too. Because you are the one who conditioned this. You notice nobody is calling for anyone else because you are the head. You must use your head. The head take all the blame and take all the praise too. So when the West Indies win under 19, if you are the head, we say congratulations, Dr. Shallow. You're acting shallow now. You're acting shallow. I don't get it. If a man come from a small island, don't criticize him. But if he come from Trinidad, if he's from Jamaica, if from Barbados, Guyana, criticize him. That's what you're saying, you know. It's because he's from St. Lucia. Hell no, we are friends from I have friends from St. Lucia. Hell no. St. Lucia is a beauty. And don't bring the country into it neither. Don't bring the country people into it. And they're gonna be a rise against this and that. That's what you're doing. We must criticize Sammy because he's from St. Lucia. Madness, this man talking now, man. He said the other things, we are rebuilding and so on. Foolishness. We are rebuilding from so long and you throw away the people you're rebuilding with. You throw away Altair, you throw away Art, you throw away Kurt Market, you throw away those people. You throw away those and then you say you rebuild. I don't understand what you're saying there. But what you are doing, Dr. Shallow, is very, very serious. Very, very serious. You are saying if why Sammy is coming on so much, you don't say, boy, I know you don't come out and talk about the whole 3-0, you know, and the 27, you know. The second lowest in a test, you know. How long West Indies have been playing test? Over 100 years, you know? And you don't come and say you don't. Well, you said something in terms, but brother, don't go there. Don't say it because he's a St. Lucia. Don't. No. Because the time when Andre Coley lost his job as the head coach of the West Indies test team, he shouldn't. He was coming from Australia with a win. Australia with a win. He created history in Australia by joining that series. He also drew with Pakistan, down in Pakistan. 1-1. You remember when Warwick get so many wickets and Brathwaite stick his way through and so on. So what are you saying? The Caribbean was surprised when Sammy was given the test coach job. So we mustn't criticize Sammy. My friend, there's a man on the internet who's doing this podcast named Lenward Doheny, and he's from Jamaica. My friend, Dr. Shallow, I will be here. If a head coach is not doing their job and we're not getting results, it don't matter if it's Sammy, we'll criticize him. If he's from St. Lucia again, if he's from Dominica, if he's from St. Kitts, we will say something. If he's from Trinidad, if he's from we don't have any partiality. I went to school, college, with some of the best people from St. Lucia. And they knew me. They know me. They know me. They know. And I could call names. St. Lucians are good people. So don't bring that into it. Don't you ever. And if it's one topic that you can get my attention, and we can talk from now till the morning, is when you telling me about your country and I'm telling you about mine. You sharing your culture, I'm sharing mine. I listen from now till the morning, I will talk. Because I've lived in 3 Caribbean countries. 3. Live and learn their culture in 3 Caribbean countries for more than 2 years, 5 years. So I know what I'm saying. Caribbean people are good people. Don't bring the separation. We must can criticize Sammy. Not because he's a St. Lucian. Not because he's a St. Lucian. He's not. He cannot be shielded. We'll talk on the other side. Caribbean people, we are together, man. We are friends. We love each other, you know. We're Caribbean people. Don't let this get in our way. Whether the man is from St. Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Dominica, Suriname, Jamaica, anywhere. You're not performing. I was the one who said drop Kurt Mackenzie. Kurt Mackenzie, yes, when he went to England, Kirk is a Jamaican. What did I say? Shield Kirk. Real talk. That's what you're doing, Dr. Shallow. You're shielding Sammy. See you on the other side. Leave a comment, no man. Let me talk. Dr. Shallow is saying madness, man. Honestly, I understand. The screen is affecting him at this time. We talk, though.